Alright, if I got everyone's attention, undivided, let's go. I want to get started, guys. Okay, the Hollow Men. We are just going to start entertaining straight away. We watched the Marlon Brando version yesterday, and I also read the poem. Okay, we're good, girls? Alright, so there is a fair bit that we're going to be writing, so we need to go fairly quickly and keep up, okay? Now, the first thing we're going to make note of are the literary, or the allusions we have here. One literary and one that is a cultural allusion. We've got the cultural allusion to the Guy Fawkes Day, and we've got the literary allusion to Heart of Darkness. So,
wait, Liz,
yes.
Before we start, are we going to have to write like a paragraph comparing each?
You don't compare? No.
Not comparing, but kind of going in a poem, or should we just?
No, you won't need to write in depth on each poem. Usually 2 to 3 poems in depth, but with the understanding that you may well be directed to write about a specific poem. The HSC question might say, using Hollow Men and the other poems set for study, or it could give you a passage from one of the other poems and say that you need to incorporate that in your analysis.
So you should just know all the poems?
Absolutely, yes. Okay. All right. And we ready? Okay. So, firstly, let's identify our allusion here to Heart of Darkness. Alright guys, without the talking, because I'm going to read the annotation and explain it as I go. So, allusion to Heart of Darkness. Girls, thank you. And you're writing, at Kurtz's death, he realises the true horror of what he and humanity as he knows it is all about. And what it is that he has done, okay? So, at Kurtz's death, okay, so you've got allusion to Heart of Darkness. At Kurtz's death, he realises the true horror of what he and humanity as he knows it is and does. Penny for the old guy. Now, the title, The Hollow Men, is also an allusion itself to Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar, Act 4, Scene 2. Now, the play is all about the conspirators bringing down Julius Caesar, but the fact that he was brought down by people who he trusted and who turned against him, and they are referred to as the conspirators in the play. But they're also referred to as hollow men because of their lack of loyalty and their ability to be dishonest and deceitful. So, allusion to Shakespeare's Now, Guy Fawkes, the reference, like the meaning of it, is that it was the conspiracy to bring down the government at the time that failed attempt to blow up Parliament, and Guy Fawkes being the one who was arrested over it. But he was also betrayed by the other people who were involved, who ran away and didn't come forward or stand up for him. So there's these allusions of the act of conspiracy against others. Now we've also got the idea of Eliot himself feeling hollow, that he'd just had his breakdown, and his psychological condition at the time made him feel that he was essentially hollow himself. We're going to write that as no. Okay, so written just after T.S. Eliot had a nervous breakdown. Hollowness equals his own psychological condition at the time. Now, we're going to write a little bit more about this allusion to Heart of Darkness. Now, in terms of where to place this, we're going to think, if we go down to the bottom of the page, so the page should have this space here at the bottom, and this is what I'm going to get you to write. Now, it's about the influence of Joseph Conrad on Eliot. Next to Dante's writing, Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad is commonly held to be the most important and influential literary experience in Eliot's poetry. It is a story full of hollow men empty of faith, personality, moral strength, and even humanity. In it, the character Marlowe tells of his own journey into the heart of darkness. So, it kind of sums up what the relevance of the story is for Eliot. So I'm going to use the same colour that I've got here for this allusion to Heart of Darkness, because it matches that, if you're colour coding along with me. You don't have to, just some people are. Alright, Thanks, guys. So, Heart of Darkness. Next to Dante's writing, this story by Joseph Conrad that's an R is, I'll make that a bit clearer. Is commonly held to be the most important. Girls, can you please stop talking? And influential who's so lost?
Me, but that's expected.
What are you lost about?
Conrad? Is it?
Conrad. Joseph Conrad
Okay,
is, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I can go out a little bit so that hopefully it's all,
Yeah.
yeah, it's alright. Is this still big enough to read?
Yeah.
Okay. Commonly held to be the most important and influential literary experience in Eliot's poetry. It is a story full of hollow men empty of faith, personality, moral strength, and even humanity. Okay, now the publication of Heart of Darkness, 1899. So, given that Hollow Men was published in 1925, we have that it's a fairly recent story in terms of when it was published. Alright, now let's go back up to our first stanza here. So, we are the hollow men, we are the stuffed men, leaning together, headpiece filled with straw. Alas, our dried voices when we whisper together are quiet and meaningless, as wind in dry grass or rats' feet over broken glass in our dry cellar. Girls. Oh, sorry, okay. There we go. If I move too quickly and you haven't gotten something, just let me know, okay? And I'll go back to it. Okay. Now, the first thing I'm going to get you to write, we are the hollow men, we are the stuffed men. Now, do you remember what an effigy is from Guy Fawkes' day and when we were studying that last year? What's an effigy? A what? It's not a speech?
Can you give me the example?
Think of the visual of the burning. An effigy. An effigy is symbolic, you're correct. It is like a scarecrow or a man that's made out of flammable material that is burnt on the bonfires so that there's that symbolic burning of whatever it is they're protesting against. Now, Guy Fawkes' Day originated so long ago, like it was the 1600s, I've got it here somewhere, 1605 maybe? And, let me see. Yeah, 1605. And it was to protest King James in 1605 and replace him with a Catholic head of state. Now, Guy Fawkes' Day is still celebrated in England, kind of like Halloween in America, but the effigies that are burnt are often of current political figures as protest against what might be going on. So in recent years, Donald Trump has featured heavily as an effigy that's been burnt on the bonfires. So it's remained as this this protest against things that people feel aren't good for society or that are ruining society. Often they're religious figures, sometimes images of the Pope have been burnt, depending on what's going on. So it's very political. Now, when we've got these hollow men and stuffed men, the stuffed men with their headpiece filled with straw, that is that Guy Fawkes image. Let me show you. You'll hopefully remember this from last year. I don't know whether this lets me. Hold on. Okay, it is going to let me. It's not going to let me. Alright, I'm just going to have to pause out of here to do this. Hold on.